Welcome back to part 2 of how to take better pictures. Today we're talking all about framing. If you weren't with us for part 1, which is the leading lines, go ahead and check that video out. The link is in the description. It's going to provide a nice background for this video, part 2 of composition, framing. And again, we're going super short, basic dive into what framing is, how to use it to make your pictures better. Framing is something that we're all familiar with, even if we don't know it by that name. Just taking a picture, you're framing something. You're framing what's around you within the lens. Now, we want to go a little bit deeper than that. The frame within the frame. Yes, we have the lens, we have the frame of the camera, but what are we doing to draw attention to our subject within that frame? Looking for borders, typically is what I do. I look for something that borders or creates a structure, a frame around my subject. If you've seen my hard black and whites, these are images that are incredibly high contrast. I'm actually using framing there as well. What I'm doing is I'm using the negative space to frame my subject. So framing can mean a number of different things. But when you're out here at a place like this, it can be very easy to see this view and just snap a quick picture. But that's boring, it's flat. There's no excitement there. It doesn't draw anybody in. So what we're talking about is how to frame things so that it looks more exciting, so that the viewers care more about your pictures, so that you can feel better about the pictures you're taking. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to. Make sure to come back next week. And while I'm promoting myself, if you like my pictures, go ahead and check out my full catalog on my website listed below. And if you want to print, check out my darkroom. So, like I said, it can be really easy to see a place like this behind me and want to just throw the camera up and take a shot. However, when you focus on framing, what it allows you to do is go from images like this to images like this. Framing is one of the most crucial parts of photography. If you want your subject to be seen, if you want your story to be heard, you need to be able to frame well. You see in this picture here, I framed Arthur's rock with the tree branch. And what that does, it allows me to cut down on some of that negative space. Now, negative space can be useful, like I've mentioned before, but only if you're planning to use it. I'm nearly at the top of the trail now, so I figure I should probably start part 3 at some point. So it looks like this is all for framing. Again, quick intro to framing. This week, go out and practice framing. Find frames within the frame. Find old pictures you've taken, crop them down, find another image within that image. It's going to help you improve your framing. Practice framing. Once you get done with that, try to incorporate leading lines. So leading lines and framing in the same picture. Come back next week, we'll talk about the final piece of composition for this series, which is going to be layering, and then we'll spin it all together, create some great photos. See you in the next one. Incorporate leading lines. Incorporate a bug just hit my camera.